Federal Reserve says inflation is double what the Federal Reserve would like to see, and they believe the unemployment rate will go to 4.1%. So how is Bidenomics not an era of high inflation and rising unemployment rate?
Well, take a look at where we started and where we are now. That's the easiest answer to your question. And today, as a consequence of that, we see record low unemployment, record new small business starts, inflation that, again, is lower than any other major economy in the world. And we're making progress.
But we're seeing layoffs, specifically talking about the auto industry. For example, Ford is saying they're laying off workers to afford the cost of the transition to EV. The first quarter of this year, Ford lost $700 million on their EV program, lost $600 million last year. So is that what we can expect with Bidenomics?
Well, I would just say, looking across the economy broadly, we're seeing signs of progress. Certainly, we believe that broadly we are on the right track here, that Bidenomics is having a tremendous impact. And
to those Americans who have those student loans that are waiting for the forgiveness or have enjoyed the forgiveness, or to those that are perhaps opposed to the program at all, what would be your message to those, especially with loans, who are waiting as anxiously as the White House is for a decision?
That President Biden has fought for you every step of the way. Republican lawmakers in Congress and special interests try to defund this program. We saw them introduce legislation that the president had to veto to try and get this program. And we saw them go all the way to the highest court in the land to try to rip away student debt relief from millions of student borrowers who desperately needed it. And this president, the DOJ, Solicitor General, went to the court and fought hard to protect this program. Now, we are confident in the legal arguments that we've made.
You've mentioned a couple times the idea that people are just starting to feel the impact of the president's economic policies. Does the administration have an assessment of how long it will take for these policies to sink in, and will it be before the next election?
We are on track. We are making progress. All I'm saying is that the president is really laser focused on making sure that...
I just want to try once more on the layoffs at Ford. I don't know if you have any comment on the layoffs themselves, and is the administration comfortable with the idea that jobs could be lost in this process of transitioning to electric vehicles?
Part of the reason why the clean energy investments that the president has made in our economy are so important is because we are simultaneously moving his ambitious climate agenda forward, but also bringing clean energy jobs and manufacturing jobs in travel season.
Okay. And was the president able to listen to that tape of his predecessor that was released yesterday talking about classified documents, and did he have any particular reaction to it?
I'm simply just not going to go here and refer you to the DOJ on anything related to this matter. Today, the Biden-Harris administration is announcing a new security assistance package for Ukraine. This is the 41st drawdown of equipment from the DoD inventories using presidential drawdown authorities for Ukraine that